Hello, kids.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, Swastika. Good afternoon.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Rishabh. Hello, Jyotiraditya.
Hello, sir.
Okay, let us wait for a minute for other kids to join. Meanwhile, let me share my screen, kids. Is the screen visible, kids?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, kids. So let's start. I think yesterday we were talking about the Alapin Gambit, kids, correct? So in this opening, we start with Roy Lopez, okay? E4, E5, knight to F3, knight to C6. But then once the bishop comes to B5, okay? This is Roy Lopez, right? So after this, when you push A6 pawn, okay, which is attacking on the bishop, what is happening is instead of going back, okay, instead of bishop going back, it is capturing your knight, okay. So when it captures the knight, what it does, it is offering the exchange. You capture my knight, I mean I capture your knight, you capture my bishop, okay. So
The exchange variation.
yes, we are going to discuss the exchange variation now. If you get this opportunity, okay, if it goes back, we already discussed, kids. If it goes back, okay, we apply the trap for that bishop, correct?
Yes, first we play the modern stance defense.
Right. With modern Chinese defense, we convert it into the Noah's Ark trap, okay, which we already discussed. We don't need to discuss that now, okay. So after it captures, you capture back. Now, question was both the pawns, B7 pawn as well as D7 pawn can capture, right? But then with which pawn you are going to capture? You are going to capture with the D7 pawn, okay. And what the simple reason is, if you capture with B7 pawn, this bishop will still be, blocked. You cannot use the bishop, okay. So instead of that, if you play with this pawn, your bishop is opening, as well as your I mean queen can also queen is anyways open actually. Okay,
the queen can also come out.
yes. So for that matter, you capture this, okay. So this is open, this is already open, plus on top of it your D file is open, right? So in short, by moving one pawn here this side, how many squares now you are controlling? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13, right? And instead of that, if you capture with this pawn, only one square. Okay. So kids, now because you are in the advanced level, okay, you are above intermediate now. Apart from capturing the pieces, you need to think of capturing the spaces as well. Okay. Capturing the pieces is one thing and capturing the spaces. This is a space, right? Capturing these squares. Okay. The more number of squares you
We have
control,
to capture the golden squares.
right? More number of squares you control, more control you have over your game. Okay. जितनी जगह आपके पास में ज्यादा होगी उतना ज्यादा आपका राज रहेगा, राइट? एक्सपेंशन होता है ना एक्चुअली. अभी रशिया और यूक्रेन के बीच में लड़ाई क्यों चल रही है? बिकॉज रशिया डज नॉट वांट यूक्रेन टू गिव देयर स्पेस टू द अमेरिकन्स और द अदर यूरोपियन यूनियन कंट्रीज. Okay, because otherwise there is a fear that they will come over there and then they will attack on Russia, right? So on similar lines, if you do not want these Americans, for example, okay, this white is American, for example, if you do not want them to attack on your country, you should control all these squares, right? Whatever empty squares you see, you need to control, right? So that is what the intention again, kind of. Okay, this is called as space advantage, kids. In chess terminology, we call this as space advantage. So you need to take the advantage of the space. क्योंकि आपके पास में जगह होगी तो आप बंकर लगाओगे, बंकर लगा पाओगे तो आप उसके ऊपर अटैक कर पाओगे. जगह ही नहीं होगी तो रखेंगे कहाँ पे, राइट? आपके जो फाइटर प्लेन्स है वो उड़ान भरने के लिए उनको जमीन पे जगह तो चाहिए, राइट? So something like that. I'm just trying to give you the symmetry. In short, you understand the importance of the space. Okay. So you need to take the speed advantage, and from that perspective, playing this pawn is important as compared to capturing it with the b7 pawn. Is this clear, kids? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now
It's
the
clear.
next move, obviously it will do the castling, right?
Yes.
So this is the Roy Lopez exchange variation, normal variation. Okay. When it does the castling, it is a normal variation. So for your opponent, it seems that you are playing normal Roy Lopez normal variation. Okay. But we have some other intentions actually. Now what we will do, we will bring the bishop here.
Yes.
To
And we will pin the knight to the queen.
Right. So this is a relative pin. You are pinning this because if it moves somewhere, say for example, if it captures, you will capture the queen. Okay.
Yes.
So obviously the reaction from white would be bring the pawn so that it will attack on your bishop. That's what he does. Okay.
Then we play h5.
Exactly. Then we will play h5. Now you might wonder, sir, will it not capture? Why are you bringing h5? You should save your actually, right? Many of the kids yesterday were suggesting, sir, capture this instead of bringing the pawn and all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But then we have some reason behind it, kids. Okay. What is the reason? As soon as it captures and we capture back, the h file
is open
for attack. Okay.
Yes, and the rook is controlling the whole file.
Right. Now let me go little back, kids. Okay. Suppose he has not castled. Okay. He has not castled and he played something else. For example, this. Now are we going to apply this, kids?
No, sir.
Now will you dare to do this?
Or it will be foolishness if you do that.
Okay. You will not. Okay. Otherwise it will be reversed. Okay. So understand this difference. And that is the reason I told you, if and only if the castling is done. Okay. अगर castling हुआ है तो ही आप ये trap कर पाओगे.
So
okay?
that, yes, because then the rook is not on the h5.
Correct. Okay. So this difference you need to understand, kids. Okay. Why am I telling this? Because sometimes what kids try to do, अच्छा सर ने ये लगाया था एक्चुअली ऐसे गैम्बिट, तो लेट मी ट्राई दैट, बट दे फॉरगेट दैट अरे यहाँ पे तो कैसलिंग हुआ ही नहीं है, रूक इज सिटिंग हियर। ओके, और बाद में ये होने के बाद में जब रूक कैप्चर करेगा, हाँ सर ने ही बताया था, राइट? पेरेंट्स को थोड़ी ना पता है सर ने क्या बताया था और आपने क्या सीखा है, राइट? So I'm not saying that you should not try yours. You should definitely try, but be aware of these kind of threats. Okay, kids.
Sir,
Here is a threat. Yes, Abir.
while I was playing chess, I found that when there was a completely different situation, I trapped the bishop in the same way like we trap in the Noah's Ark trap.
Okay, very good, Abir.
Situation was fully different.
Okay, sure, we will discuss that later on. Yeah, good. But you should keep trying these kind of things, kids. Okay, very good. Good to know that. Yeah.
I trapped my father's queen by giving him a check. And the only way to avoid it was to capture by the queen, and I had support.
Oh, good. Good to know, kids. I am happy that you are trying this type of things and you are achieving success in it. Okay. Jyotiraditya, you want to say something? Okay. So after this, kids, obviously it will
No, sir.
capture. You will capture. Okay. Now there is a threat to this bishop, this knight. Okay. So obviously it will move and capture this.
Yes,
But as I
capture.
said,
This is a gambit.
yes, as soon as it is
Sir,
now
what do we call this gambit?
Alapin Gambit.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Sir, you had said that all gambits and attacks are of white, but this is a black side gambit.
Yeah, so we are trying that, right? And that's why, I mean, we are playing from black side. Okay. Gambit,
Sir, and
Gambit can be from
what's
any
the-
side, actually, nothing like white or black.
Yes, but just gambit is when we sacrifice a smaller value piece like a pawn to
Smaller value piece, it can be pawn or it can be bishop, knight, rook, sometimes even a queen as well. There is a famous gambit called as Queen's Gambit. Okay, where you
Sir, but in that we don't sacrifice the queen.
we don't sacrifice the queen, but the queen's pawn is there, right? Where the queen comes in danger, right? So
Yes, and there is a series named Queen's Gambit, right?
yes, yes, we will learn that case. Okay, but for now just pay attention here, the Alapin Gambit. In this Alapin Gambit, which is played against the Roy Lopez exchange variation only. Okay, Alapin Gambit is applicable only when you have first thing you are playing from black side, second thing your opponent is using Roy Lopez, okay, and he offers the exchange variation, okay, that bishop is capturing your knight and you are capturing the bishop with d7 pawn, okay. So that is the Alapin Gambit, okay. And yes,
And it has
right,
to be castled
And
also,
castling.
otherwise it doesn't
castling
work.
is done, okay. Very good. So these are the important points to note. As soon as it is done, now you can see, as I noted here, kids, okay, the queen can come here and there is a checkmate coming in. So obviously I will play this. Now two things, kids. You can capture this, okay, but then if you capture, it's a check and mate. Okay, it's a check and mate. Okay, so you will not do that, obviously. You might want to try that in this way. Sorry, before this, yeah. Suppose if it captures, you can do checkmate from here or from here, okay. Now you might wonder, if I capture with knight, then he might not be able to do checkmate from here. Obviously, it will not be able to. Otherwise, it will get captured. But then we still have one space. This is also checkmate, okay. These are the two ways you can checkmate, okay. Now next thing, what else he can do? Instead of capturing, he might create space for the king to run away from this place, right? Whatever the way. So you just have to simply, instead of giving check now, if you give check, it will run away, honestly, correct? So instead of giving check or checkmate, what you need to do, first push the pawn so that it will block. Correct? This is important point to note, kids. Okay. Otherwise, in hurry, we are excited. Oh yes, I am going to do the checkmate. Swastika, right? In hurry, we make mistakes, right? So जैसे ही उसने ये खेला, तो आपको क्या करना है? आपको चेक नहीं देना है, आपको ये पॉन पुश करना है एक्चुअली. जैसे ही उसने ये खेला, देयर इज अनदर पॉसिबिलिटी किड्स. कुछ बच्चों को लगता है अरे इसने किया तो आई कैन डू द n%, करेक्ट? बट देन विल दैट हेल्प?
No,
That
sir,
is of
it
no
will be
use, right?
pointless.
इट इज यूजलेस, क्योंकि किंग तो बच जाएगा फिर बाद में. आप जैसे ही चेक दोगे यहाँ से तो किंग निकल जाएगा, राइट? सो यू डोंट नीड टू डू n%. सिंपली पुश द पॉन. पॉन को सिर्फ आगे बढ़ाना है आपको. ओके, सो दैट नाउ दिस इज ब्लॉक. अब आप कुछ भी कर लो सर, आप बचा नहीं सकते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर ये यहाँ पे भी आता है, स्टिल इट इज गोइंग टू चेकमेट. करेक्ट? कुछ कर सकते हो आप? बताओ और कुछ आइडिया है बच्चों? कैन यू स्टॉप दिस चेकमेट नाउ?
No, sir.
करेक्ट?
You
ज्यादा
can't.
से ज्यादा आप सैक्रिफाइस कर सकते हो एक्चुअली. फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस, सो दैट इसका जो कनेक्ट, अगर उसने गलती से ये खेल दिया सपोज, तो और आपने अगर ऐसे किया, इट इज ऑफ नो यूज. यू आर गोइंग टू लूज योर क्वीन. बिकॉज आप अगर देखोगे तो बीच में जो डायरेक्ट
You should
सपोर्ट
capture
था,
it first.
हाँ, you will have to capture it first. Okay, either
You
with
should
this
capture
or
rook also. Rook is also fine.
correct. रुक से भी ले सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं एक्चुअली. ठीक है, कोई करेगा नहीं, बट जस्ट टू प्रोलॉन्ग द गेम. क्योंकि अगर आपको पता है हारना ही है, तो फिर देर आर सम इंटेलिजेंट पीपल हु ट्राई टू प्ले लाइक दिस. चलो लग गया तुक्का तो
Yes,
अच्छी
sir.
बात है, kind of,
So
right?
we can, that time we can capture with the queen or with the rook.
करेक्ट. तो ये आपको सोचना जरूरी है बच्चों. ओके, नहीं तो क्या होता है, बहुत सारे बच्चे सिर्फ कोच ने पढ़ाया है इसीलिए वो याद करके जाते हैं और वैसे ही खेलते हैं. और गलती से अगर ओपोनेंट ने कुछ अलग मूव खेल दिया तो फिर वो सोच में पड़ जाते हैं, अरे अभी क्या करना है, ये तो बताया ही नहीं था सर ने, है ना? दैट इज द रीजन आई एम टेलिंग यू ऑल पॉसिबिलिटीज. ठीक है, लॉन्ग स्टोरी शॉर्ट, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ चेकमेट. नोबडी कैन स्टॉप इट. आप कुछ भी कर लो, नाइट इधर लेके आओ, नाइट इधर लेके आओ, क्वीन को इधर लेके आओ, कुछ भी कर लो. भले एक दो मूव लेट होगा, बट चेकमेट जरूर होगा. ओके, यस निकिता, आर यू सेइंग समथिंग?
Yes, sir. The checkmate is unstoppable.
करेक्ट. यस निकिता.
Also, I joined just now.
Okay, no problem. So we are learning Alapin Gambit. Kids, any questions in this? Okay.
No, sir.
So just because Nikita joined little late, let us repeat it for her. We start with Roy Lopez, E4, E5, knight to F3, knight to C6, bishop to B5. Okay, this is Roy Lopez. Okay, after this, when you play A6 and instead of going back, it captures your knight. Nikita, pay attention. Okay, so when the bishop captures your knight, this is called as exchange variation. He captures your knight, you capture his bishop. Okay, this is exchange variation. Now after exchange variation, when the castling is done, you are pushing your bishop to G4, giving attack on the knight and hidden attack on the queen.
And
okay.
yes, and pinning it to the queen.
Yes, it is pinned. Okay, now after this, opponent will play this. Okay, to attack on your bishop. You don't have to worry.
We don't save the bishop or exchange. We
Correct.
play
Do not capture it. Do not take it back. Okay. Instead, play this. Okay. As soon as it captures, very good. It will capture this. You bring your queen here. If he captures, as I told, this is checkmate. If he doesn't capture with queen and capture with this, it is still checkmate. Okay. If he doesn't capture and play this, push the pawn first. Whatever he plays later on, it's a check and mate. Okay, this is called as
checkmates will happen in the eighth rank or the first
Sir,
rank.
can you take 2-3 moves back?
Correct. Correct.
Sir, can you move 2
This
moves
is
back?
Yes, this
Yes,
is
sir.
called
Can you
as
move when
Sir,
the
this
bishop
is one
came?
of the background mates.
Roy Lopez exchange variation Alapin Gambit.
Sir,
It's
can you
clear,
move
kids?
It's a
back?
background mate.
So,
Yes.
I want to ask
No,
you
she's not there,
something.
like,
Bishop was pinned with the knight. Bishop was pinned. The knight was pinned. Yes, sir. So if instead of capturing, so what if the queen plays h2? Yes. And if the bishop captures the knight, we can capture his bishop back.
Then this will not be a Alapin Gambit, Swastika. Okay. If
Sir,
this
if
happens,
we exchange, then we
Sir,
can do a check
have
with
we
the queen.
doubt on something?
but you can play like this. Okay. Now can you see his king is totally open? Okay.
Yeah.
This is not
This-
safe anymore, right?
That's a risk for white.
Yeah. If he does play like this, you can frankly go ahead and capture this. Okay. Bring the attack from this side. Okay. Give the
Sir,
check.
I have it out.
Yes. It goes back.
Sir,
Okay. And now you
go
can
a
capture
little,
this and give check.
in the original that. Yes, sir.
Yes, Nikita.
So, can
Sir,
you
she's
put,
saying what is the
some
original Alapin
moves,
Gambit?
some moves.
Okay. So this is the original one, Nikita. Okay.
Yes, sir. Instead of that, can you go a little back because I have a question with the A2 pawn.
A2 pawn. A2 pawn. This one.
No, sir.
This one. H2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me.
Yes, sir. Instead of the H2 pawn, what if the what to say that?
What?
Sir, G2. What if the G2 pawn comes a little further?
G2 pawn to G3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. This is good actually. Now there is no support for this. There is only one support. So what I will do, I will bring this. Okay. And I'll get this free.
Yes.
Okay. So
That's
this
a blunder.
Yes,
That's a
Yes.
blunder.
Right. So obviously you will not lose that actually. Okay. This is bad move. Nobody will play this, Nikita.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can you take 2 moves forward?
Okay. So it comes here. You play this.
Yes, sir. Whatever the white pawn does not capture it.
Okay. Good question. Now what if it doesn't capture? Wait till it get captured. Okay. Till that time you can play other moves. Say for example,
Yes, sir.
you do
The
not have,
development moves.
yeah, you do not have support, right? So probably you can bring this. Okay.
Sir, if we capture the knight, there is an attack on the bishop.
If you,
Sir, if can you
She's
capture
saying
the
if we what if we capture the knight?
no, we will not. Our intention is not to capture. Okay. Our intention is not
Just
to
keep
capture
his
this.
pinned so that it can't move.
Suppose if it plays this, we will play this, for example. Okay.
No, sir, no. Can you take queen here? Queen here.
कहाँ तक पीछे लेना है बोलो?
Sir, play first 2 moves.
This.
Yes, sir. Now, can you move the queen this side?
Which queen? This queen.
Yes.
Okay. And you have not captured this. Okay.
Wow.
Now either you will move here or here, right? So wherever you move, suppose you move here, okay, what probably I will do? I will play this. Okay, now you may try, for example, like this. So I'll give check. Correct?
Sir, will it be a checkmate?
That we need to think actually. I have not prepared for this, Swastika. Okay. So we can play accordingly. You can directly apply it in your game actually. But what we are discussing is the Alapin Gambit. Okay. What if it captures? If it captures,
Sir,
it's gone. Okay.
Sir, Rishabh has sent a message that if you are white and you don't know the gambit, you will obviously capture.
Correct. So kids, that is the reason I am teaching this to you, so that if you are white, you should be aware of, if the black is trying gambit against you, you should be aware of it. Okay. And if you are black and your white opponent is playing Roy Lopez exchange variation, then you can apply this. Okay. So this is learning from both white side as well as from black side. Okay. So with this, we will stop here, kids. Let me show you one game. Okay, game based on Alapin Gambit. Okay. So let's see one game.
Sir, whose game is this?
Game.
Grandmaster, National Master,
No,
or
these
what?
are the grandmasters actually, kids. Okay.
Oh.
So
Sir, what's the rating of the Grandmasters?
it's, I need to check, kids. Yeah. Let's see actually first
Okay.
this. Okay, I'll tell you. E4, E5, knight to F3, knight to C6, bishop to B5. Okay, so this is
B5.
Roy Lopez, correct? Now after this, you
Now
are playing
exchange variation.
A6, Morphy defense, correct? And after this, it captured. So this is the exchange variation. Castling is done. You brought the bishop here. Okay, pawn comes forward. You played H5. Okay, so Roy Lopez exchange variation, and now we are entering into the Alapin Gambit when we push this pawn. Okay, captured. The pawn comes forward. Okay, you captured the knight. This is the actual game, kids. Okay, this is between Gusev Aleski versus Muzrin Linar. Okay, these are both are like 23, 29 and 22, 57 rating. Okay, 2329 versus 2257. Okay, kids. Now here what he did.
Sir, these are Grandmasters.
Yes, both are grandmasters, kids.
Who is white? Who is black?
Sorry.
Who is white? Who is black?
Gusev Aleski is white. Murzin Lenar is black. Okay. Now what he did,
Sir,
he
I
played
can see.
differently here. He played.
Sir, it's a mate. We then capture the knight.
Yes, he captured knight. Okay. And the queen comes. Now what can he do? He pushed.
What is this?
And this is the game over. What he thought?
Sir, in how many moves? In how many
10 moves.
moves? Is it
10 moves.
checkmate?
10 moves. 10 moves.
Oh, really?
Yes.
10 moves.
10 moves.
Oh.
Grandmaster wins the game. Okay, against another grandmaster. Okay,
Yes.
it's not the thing
Sir,
that.
who won the-
Sir, can you take 2 moves back?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Now capture the pawn. Capture the pawn. Yes. Now take the queen there. Yes, sir. Now, can you play it like to H, the queen to H3?
Queen to S3. Wow, what a thought. Good thought, Swastika. Okay, so this is what the grandmaster should have
Yes.
thought actually. Okay, so this is a good move by the way. But then still, probably what it will do, it will still capture this. Okay.
Yes, we are very happy to exchange because
Yes.
we are night up.
No, actually there is nothing up as such. But then if you look at the overall position of black is better than white. Correct? Now
Yes.
now after this, whatever he plays, what can he play? Suppose he played this, right?
Sir, can we do long castle?
Or he will capture this. We will do the long castle. Correct. Okay, so that our rook also comes
Bringing
in.
the rook in the G file is checkmate.
So that our king is at safety.
Correct. Okay.
Sir, bringing the rook in the G file is checkmate.
Yes.
We just need to do that much.
Right. So we need to open this file first. Actually, you need to move this. You need to move this, capture these pawns. Right. So bring this, capture this, okay. Take this out, and then this is a check and mate kind of. Okay, but long story short, the king is open. You can easily win the game. By the way, good move, Swastika, you suggested. Okay. So at least it is not immediately getting checkmated with this move. Okay, what Swastika suggested, instead of this, she suggested to play this. Okay. I am sure Swastika can also think like Grandmaster. Okay. GM Swastika. Okay. Good thinking. Okay. But then in actual game, what happened? He played this thinking that now queen cannot come here. Okay. Because the attack from the queen comes. Okay. But then he forgot that the checkmate is happening from this side as well now. Right. So this is Grandmaster's game, kids. Okay. And Gusev Alaski versus Murzin Linar from black side, okay, wins this match in just 10 moves, okay, using the Alapins Gambit. Okay, so
Sir,
just to give you reference, kids, whatever we are learning is for GM level. Okay, these kind of openings, Roy Lopez is mostly played by majority of the grandmasters, and obviously when majority of the grandmasters are playing Roy Lopez, the opponents, that is the grandmasters from black side, they do come prepared with all possible defense, right, all possible gambits, right, and both of them try to trap each other. Okay, and that is the reason we are learning all these different variations of Roy Lopez. Okay, kids, I hope you are enjoying this series of Roy Lopez that we are taking past almost a month now. Correct?
sir,
Yes.
Sir, how many variations are there?
sir, if the white should capture the black queen, he should like be safe a little bit. He will be safe if he capture the queen, then he should be safe.
Correct. So at least he will prolong the game. Okay. So the suggestion that you gave was good, Swastika. This was the better move in that case. But in that case, you don't need to worry. Go ahead and capture it so that once he captures back, you can capture and the king is open. Fastly, as we discussed, actually bring your rook in the game. Develop these two pieces faster. Anyways, this king is already open. So bring the double attack, double rook, and if you can give check from this side from your another rook, okay, that will be the checkmate. Okay. Sorry, who was that actually? Rishabh was asking something. Swastika, can we give opportunity to Rishabh as well to say something? Thank you. Yes, Rishabh.
Yes, sir. How many variations are there exactly in Roy Lopez?
There are many, Rishabh, but we are not going to study all of them because otherwise it will become garbage in your brain, right? So now I'll take one more actually.
I also had another question.
Yes, Rishabh.
Sir, like I've noticed that whenever I play a game with somebody on leeches, they do this move in which they exchange their queen for my queen by opening the D filer. So what is that called and how do I counter it?
Okay. So you don't need to give that exchange actually in that case. Okay. So you need to learn from that actually. We will discuss about it, Rishabh. Okay. Later on. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So the way we talk, right? Say for example, yesterday we were discussing, right? So instead of coming here, okay, majority of the players plays this actually. Okay, the Italian game instead of Roy Lopez. Okay, so what they do,
Yes.
they play the bishop.
But we know the secret weapon against the Italian opening.
Correct. Okay, so they play this actually. So it will be a different.
Even
We will study
I
about
know
that
the
actually.
Italian.
Okay. So in short, what you need to do, kids, practice it one by one. Okay. Don't try to, because as I said, there are hundreds of openings, thousands of traps. Okay. You cannot learn everything in one go. Okay. Slowly you need to, right? And when you learn, it's not only learning. Okay. As I said, and that is the reason we are taking the frequent tournaments now. When we started learning Roy Lopez, I took the tournament in between, right? So whatever you are learning, you need to apply that, correct? Whatever knowledge you are taking, study that, practice that, okay? And in the next Saturday, Sunday, we will have the tournament. I am telling you upfront so that you practice well, okay? And what you need to practice at that point of time, Roy Lopez, Morphy defense, right? Then your Noah's Ark trap, Alapin Gambit, all the things that we, Berlin defense, right? In Berlin defense, what else we learned? Rio Gambit, for that matter, correct? Don't forget that, because as we go on learning many things, it happens that new thing you learn and old thing you forget. It should not happen. Okay. So for that matter, you need to keep practicing. So now at least I have given 10 variations so far, kids. Okay. Just to name those. What we started with Roy Lopez, then Morphy defense, Berlin defense, exchange variation, Morphy defense, we continued, then Rio Gambit, correct? Alapin defense, right?
Yes, modern tennis defense
Modern tennis,
variation.
Noah's Ark trap, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
There are 10.
all these, yeah, minimum 10 we already discussed, right? So all this you need to practice, and then whatever you think is best suitable for you, kids. Okay, the things that you can memorize, the things that you can convert into a victory, you need to apply that and use that. Okay. Yes, Nikita, want to say something, Nikita?
Yes, sir. When are we going to learn the Karukan defense?
We will. Okay. We will plan for it.
Sir, but what's the advantage of the Caro variation? I didn't understand.
We'll talk about it later on. Okay. So kids, any questions regarding Alapin Gambit?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Everybody understood? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just to quickly, right? So that you can just see this. This was the game actually, but then instead of this, what it does in actual, it plays this, okay? And then you play this, whatever he does, okay? Mostly he will push this, you take this forward, right? And then whatever he try actually, you can checkmate. Okay, this is nothing but your Alapin Gambit. On this note, kids, we will stop here for today. You practice all this, all the best. Okay, and then next Saturday, Sunday, we will have the tournaments. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Bye, kids.
Okay, sir.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Good afternoon.